Start. Yes, Ketan sir, you can switch on the camera. We'll start. Okay, so we are live. Okay, so yes guys, we are live. So today we will be having our first group discussion, that is for Pgcil as well as Iocl. तो हम लोग लेट ही स्टार्ट करते हैं, बट जो भी करते हैं हम लोग क्वालिटी का काम करते हैं. So today we have along with us Mr. Ketan Kumar Sinha sir, who was an ex-HPCL employee. He has worked for 11 months in HPCL. After that, he has scored this year All India rank 131, and through ESC, through engineering services, he has joined National Highway Authority of India. Okay, तो ग्रुप डिस्कशन एंड ग्रुप टास्क के लिए कोई महारथी है इस टाइम पे जो क्वालिटी का आपको प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, तो वो केतन कुमार सिन्हा सर ही है. फर्जी के इधर उधर के प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाके भटकना, ग्रुप डिस्कशन ग्रुप टास्क में जमीन आसमान का फर्क होता है. कोई ग्रुप टास्क कोई ग्रुप डिस्कशन बता देता है. तो दिस एवरीथिंग आज हम लोग, आज का जो 2024 का जो पहला सेशन है, आज हम लोग स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. ओके, तो ओवर टू यू केतन सर. आप पहले बच्चों को थोड़ा बता दीजिए कि ग्रुप डिस्कशन ग्रुप टास्क में डिफरेंस क्या होता है, आपको ग्रुप डिस्कशन में करना क्या होता है, क्या करना चाहिए, उन्हें एंटर कैसे होना है, उन्हें कैसे हर एक चीज करना है. तो ओवरऑल एक ब्रीफ दे दीजिए, 10 to 15 मिनट्स. ओके, इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए एंड then we will be starting a group discussion as you have sent me. So हम लोग उसे शेयर कर देंगे and we will start. Okay, over to you sir.
ठीक है. Have you started recording this? Okay, ठीक है, fine. So hello everyone, good evening once again. So जैसा जयशर ने आपको मेरा intro like दे दिया होगा, ठीक है. So without wasting any further time on that, I would like to start with the first thing.
Recording in progress.
Rules of group discussion. ठीक है, तो हम लोग पहले देखेंगे कि rules क्या होते हैं. Tips for GD I will be discussing at the last. At first I want to see your level, ठीक है, कि आप लोग कैसे परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. Then I will add some added tips to that. ठीक है, रूल्स में आपको ब्रीफ करूंगा थोड़ी देर में, ठीक है. बट सबसे पहला थिंग जो बस मैं डिस्कस करना चाहता हूँ कि लाइक am I audible properly to all of you? हाँ, ठीक है. सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन GD एंड GT? तो कोई बता सकता है क्या आप लोग में से कि GD एंड GT में डिफरेंस क्या होता है? एनीवन? आदित्य राज, मयंक?
हाँ, जस्ट अ मिनट यार, आता हूँ, एक मिनट.
सॉरी, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. I thought Mayank is some candidate. Okay, so Mohsin, Satya, anyone?
No sir, I don't know sir.
Tell what is the difference between GD and GT?
Sir, group discussion is a group basically a work of group, but basically it will be judged as a like personal what you are basically telling on that topic and compared to other people. And group task is basically a work that will be done by a group of people, that can be 4 or 5 people, and the whole team will be rated on that particular work.
Okay, any other point which someone would like to add?
So group task can be physical or a discussion, but group discussion is only that verbally or
just
we
a
have to
second,
share our ideas.
Hold on. There is some voice problem in my system. I'm just connecting my Bluetooth. Okay, just hold on for a minute. I'm just connecting my. Okay.
आप आगे जा सकते हैं. Go on. You are saying something, right? Go on.
So I'm saying that group discussion is sharing some ideas on some topic, and group task is like that we can do in physical work togetherly or any group things togetherly. On the basis of that, we get the ratings to the group task.
Sir, I don't know much about group task, but about group discussion, it is like we'll be given a topic, and based on that topic, we'll either have to bat for or against that topic and come up with some conclusion sort of thing given on the topic.
I don't know much about group task and group discussion.
Okay, no problem. So see, the basic difference between both of these two is, in case of group discussion, you will be judged on the basis of the discussion that will be going on amongst the team members. Okay, so that will be the main parameter for your judgment. Okay, it does not matter that you are able to reach to the proper conclusion or not. The points will be allocated on the basis of your involvement in the discussion. This is one of the most important point. Then comes in the case of group task. See, a task is given, it means you have to do something. Okay, so you have to come to a proper conclusion based on your task. Okay, so that conclusion can be anything, but coming to a conclusion is necessary. In case you are not able to conclude, so that indicates the deficiency of your group. Okay, it means that the task given to you, you are not able to perform that. Okay, so this is one of the key differences between a group discussion and group task. In case of group discussion, you will be judged on the basis of the discussion that will be going amongst the group members. In case of group task, with the help of group discussion, you have to come to a common conclusion. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. So, ठीक है. Now I think if you have any doubts related to GD and GT, then we can discuss it at the end of the session. ठीक है. Just let me quickly brief out the rules of the group discussion. So this will be the first session of group discussion. I will be holding another session of group task in near future, but not today. Okay. So today there will be only for group discussion session. Let me brief out the rules. So the first rule is those who are sitting without pen and paper, please take a piece of pen and paper. The first 5 minutes will be given for you to think. Okay. As soon as I will present the screen before you, you will be given the first 5 minutes to think about the problem statement, and then after 5 minutes, I will tell you to start the discussion. Okay, and you will be allotted 20 minutes for the discussion. Check. So sit with a piece of pen and paper so that you can quickly jot down the important points that you feel that should be discussed during the group discussion activity. Then your camera and mic should be continuously on throughout the session. Also, at the last, I will be giving you the individual feedback and the overall group feedback for the entire group discussion. Okay? So I'm giving you 1 minute time to just, if you have missed a pen and paper, so just bring it out as soon as possible. Also, those who are going to give the GD now, please mention your names in the chat box so that I can note your names in my sheet for the analysis purpose. Please mention your names in the chat box. So I can see the names written. I'm just repeating the names. There are total 8 candidates as of now. Himanshu, Shubham, Ajit, Mohsin, Prashant, Sadhu, Mithilesh, and Aditya. Is there anyone candidate left? Is there any candidate left? Please mention as soon as possible. Just can you please confirm? Are these the only 8 candidates? Okay. Yeah. Fine. ठीक है. Fine. या ठीक है फाइन फाइन ओके ओके गाइस सो आर यू ऑल रेडी
Yes, sir.
हाँ so
Yes,
I have
sir.
repeated your mic and camera should be continuously on mic and camera should be continuously on you should not wait for the other candidates to think okay so this is the problem statement before you Judge the complete problem statement is not visible. Just allow me to share. Allow me to share. I will share the screen. Okay. No, it shows the host isn't allowing. Okay. Yeah. Just try. Okay. Now the complete problem statement is visible. I guess. Yeah. Please.
Can you zoom the problem statement?
Okay. Okay. ठीक है फिर. ठीक.
तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स जो भी यूट्यूब पे हमें देख रहे हैं आप लोग गाइस हमारे अभियान बैच 2.0 में एनरोल कर सकते हैं जिसका ग्रुप डिस्कशन सेशन नंबर 1 फॉर द ईयर 2024 आपका स्टार्ट हो चुका है. ओके. जो भी व्यक्ति गेट 2024 के जरिए पीजीसीएल में जो ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है या फिर आईओसीएल में जो ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है एमआरपीएल में तो जितने भी जहाँ पे भी ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है वहाँ पे उसकी बैचेस हमारी स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. तो आप लोग गाइस अभियान 2.0 में जिसका लिंक अवेलेबल है डिस्क्रिप्शन में या फिर हमारी वेबसाइट www.margdarshanprep.com वहां से भी एनरोल कर सकते हैं. एंड गाइस पीएसयू मेंटर्स के साथ में पीएसयू एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ में आप लोग भी ग्रुप डिस्कशन ग्रुप टास्क पर्सनल इंटरव्यूज बेहतरीन तरीके से तैयारी कर सकते हैं. ओके.
इसके नीचे कोई क्वेश्चन है क्या, या फिर नहीं, ऊपर तक फोटो के नीचे कुछ है क्वेश्चन?
No, this is the entire question.
वो थोड़ा सा ऊपर निकाल दे दोबारा ऊपर.
Dear candidates, now you can start discussing.
Hello everyone. How am I audible to you all?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to start this group discussion. So as far as the topic goes, so I believe that indeed in the recent times the lack of transparency and fraudulent in examinations have be, have become a very major issue, especially for the serious ca- candidates. So I believe so I believe in this regard there can be some steps taken to reduce this. So as of now, I would like to suggest a few steps, uh, few steps i- initially. So I believe one way to prevent such kind of malpractices is by by having a strong vigilance system i- in the examination hall. Like we can install CCTV cameras in every installation in every examination hall to monitor any kind of such malpractices. Then secondly, then secondly, I would like to suggest if there is any such malpractices practice is detected, then there should be rigorous punishment for the student as well as the invigilator or or anybody from the authority side who is involved in such practices.
वैसे मैं ऐड करना
Yeah,
चाहूंगा इसमें।
yeah, sure,
मेरे को
please.
लग, मेरे को लगता नहीं है कि जो मेन प्रॉब्लम है वो कैमरा के लिए है या फिर मेन सेंटर्स पर है। मेन प्रॉब्लम होती है जो हमारा एग्जाम पेपर बनता है ना, वो पहले ही लीक हो जाता है, 1 वीक पहले या 4 वीक पहले, तभी वो पूरा सिस्टम अपना सेट कर पाते हैं। मैं सजेस्ट करना चाहूंगा कि जो एग्जाम होते हैं, मतलब कुछ एग्जाम ऐसे होते हैं कि एग्जाम से मतलब 1 डे पहले बनते हैं, सिर्फ 1 डे पहले सेट होता है। उसमें क्या होता है, चांसेस बहुत रिड्यूस हो जाते हैं कि पेपर लीक हो, क्योंकि पेपर कहीं बना ही नहीं। और अगर हमारा पेपर पहले से बनता है, मतलब हम 1 वीक पहले या 1 मंथ पहले बहुत एग्जाम्स बन जाते हैं पैटर्न, तो वो लीक होने के चांस ज्यादा होते हैं। तो वहां पे लोग अपने कनेक्शंस बिठा लेते हैं, अपने जो भी सेटिंग बोलते हैं, लोग जो सेटिंग करा लेते हैं अपने से कनेक्शन, जो पावरफुल लोग होते हैं, कुछ लोग जिनके पास पैसा होता है, वो कोशिश करते हैं पेपर को निकलवाने की। अगर हम पेपर ही यहाँ बन जाते हैं, पेपर बने हमारे 1 दिन पहले या फिर उसी दिन 4-5 घंटे पहले पेपर बनते हैं, ऑनलाइन बन जाते हैं। सर आज हमारे पास के टाइम पे टेक्नोलॉजी है कि हम ये अफोर्ड करते हैं कि 1 घंटे पहले हमारे एग्जाम पेपर बने, वही रिलीज हो ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से। तो उससे चांसेस काफी सारे रिड्यूस हो जाएंगे। और जो जो आपने बोला जो कैमरा वाला, वो तो अच्छा ऑप्शन है ये, ताकि सेंटर्स पे चीटिंग ना हो।
Uh,
वो तो पूरा
yeah,
ये है।
I
yeah.
would like to agree with what Prashant has just said, but but there might be a certain technical glitch might occur at the very last moment while transporting the papers online, और मतलब कुछ भी और हो सकता है गड़बड़, at which we would like to avoid at any cost. And मतलब ऐसा है कि ये जो फ्रॉड प्रैक्टिसेस है वो कहीं ना कहीं मतलब पेपर लीक हो गया या फिर वो हर लेवल पे, व्हाट वी कैन डू इज इंट्रोड्यूस स्ट्रिक्ट सिक्योरिटी मेजर्स, कि जैसे पासवर्ड प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया या फिर मतलब AI ML हमने इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया ये सब में, जिससे कि ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन भी काफ़ी मिनिमल हो जाए एंड मतलब एनक्रिप्टेड भी काफ़ी सही से रहे।
See, without human intervention, it is not possible to conduct examination. So simply we want what we can do normally at our level, that first the whatever the things that goes for exam from paper managing, making the paper, there should be some authorized person who will just take care of all those things without any no one will be allowed to share their documents and anything to any non-authorized person. Second thing, there is no such a tough punishment currently in India existing for these you can say fraud practices. Till now, we are seeing lot of NEET exams like each year or alternate year it is being digged. But there is no regulatory framework. There is no particular organization who will take care of this only fraud practices. So we want establishment of those things, those punishment. Second things, we need to inculcate moral values to teachers also, because being a teacher, they need to be some transparent. And the last, I can suggest that there should be like back tracing, where like suppose if fraud happen, then how we can reach to that people or that person who did this. There should be a back tracing of those things, and by using these things we can like improve our system, but we can't be sure like it will be 100% secure.
I also
See, we
agree with
agree
the
with your
Shubham.
point.
I also agree with the Shubham point that the people should give a good punishment because nowadays we've seen that there is only the punishment is 1 crore rupees, and as we have seen the need scam, it is about 700 crore rupees scam. So the person who is taking the 700 crore rupees, he can give a 1 crore rupees. This is not a bad thing. And for the solution is for the reduce the malpractices, we can do it transparent to all the processes that is going on nowadays. All the things, the counseling, the result, the things, everything should be transparent there. And the agency which are conducting this type of examination, they should take all the precautions that can be done by anyone safe because they also know that uh, handling the offline exam, the going on with the papers, always go from here to there. So in between there is a lot of people involved that. So everyone should take care that one for this process should be not be followed by anyone.
ये पता है मैं बोला चाहूंगा ये कहने के लिए अच्छा है कि हर कोई रेस्पॉन्सिबल होना चाहिए। ज्यादा लोग हमें मतलब कि हमारे ज्यादा लोग हैं उसके क्या नाम है हमारे एग्जाम होने के प्रोसेस में, लेकिन वो पॉसिबल नहीं है। तुम आप कितना भी कोशिश कर लो लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं फॉल्ट हो जाते हैं। इसलिए मैं तो ये सजेस्ट करूंगा कि हम जितना कोशिश हो सके ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन को कम करें। जितना कम करेंगे चांसेस उतना कम होंगे। हमको अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को थोड़ा सा अच्छे से मेंटेन करना होगा कि टेक्नोलॉजी के भरोसे हम कुछ अच्छे से कर सकें। इंटरवेंशन सबसे ज्यादा रहेगा। और मैं एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा,
But that
एक एक चीज और जिसमें हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं, हम 2 या 3 पेपर बनाए। शफलिंग क्वेश्चन जो होते हैं 2-3 पेपर के शफलिंग क्वेश्चन हैं और एग्जाम टाइम पे उनमें से कोई भी एक पेपर निकले तो वो उसके लिए भी चांसेस बहुत रिड्यूस रहेगा कि कौन सा पेपर निकला कौन सा पेपर नहीं निकला। ये भी होना चाहिए, ये भी अच्छा ही चीज प्रोसेस है।
But it will increase the cost of the paper making. Then if you make 3 papers,
और
and if we'll increase much dependency on technology, then it can be easily hackable also, because see we need to at least uh, go through some site or some, as our friend mentioned, AI and something. So this can be hacked if some will focus on cyber attack and all. So proper human intervention with technologies, with some proper regulatory framework, and as you mentioned, like we can have multiple papers, but that should be mostly beared by the student who will filling the form. So overall, government should have a proper uh, like management on this.
As far as regulatory frameworks are concerned, I recently actually saw that NTA committee has also a director of some prestigious IIT. I won't like to name that as of now, but uh, even the laws are not strong enough to put the guys behind bars who are at uh, the center of all these misdeeds. Um, so
Yeah.
basically, we should focus right now on improvising the laws, making them as stringent as possible, and secondly, as I said earlier, minimizing human intervention.
हाँ लॉज को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना तो सबसे जरूरी है। लॉज स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं होगा तो आप कितना भी बैकग्राउंड में कितना भी स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो कोई ना कोई उसे ब्रीच करके ढूंढ लेगा फिर लॉस से बच जाएगा। लॉस भी स्ट्रॉन्ग होना हमारे काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। लॉस स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है तो सामने वाले के मन में डर रहेगा या फिर इमोशंस रहेगा कि नहीं करना चाहिए कोई एक चीज।
Major thing is the major
Yeah,
thing is that
Aditya is saying something.
the major
मैं एक
thing
पॉइंट
is
ऐड करना
people are
चाहूंगा।
okay.
Yes, Aditya.
मैं एक
Yeah,
पॉइंट
you continue.
मैं एक पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूंगा कि जो भी टीचर पेपर को बनाए वो उनको और मतलब और कॉमन मतलब दूसरे आदमी से आइसोलेट किया जाए वो टीचर को, जिससे पेपर लीक थोड़ा रुक सकता है।
Yes, and
I would like
and
to
here
add something.
one more point I'd like to add. Just so see, I believe like in India, in India there is a problem of like if a case goes to the court, then it just keeps on going for years after years, and no final judgment comes. So in this regard, I would like to suggest that if there is any case of any such malpractices in court, so that case be taken up under some fast track court, so
Yeah.
so that
Yes.
the individuals involved in such malpractices can be put behind the bars as soon as possible.
I want to add one more point, about how to prevent paper leakages. If the paper set by some formal persons, it can be authorized by those persons by using some fingerprints and facial face cam. Then if maybe one is the fraud, ready to leak the paper, but others are not. So it could be possible to prevent in this way also.
I think the paper should be provided in some locker that is only can be opened from some people who is authorized for that one. So I think international also be there.
ये तो अभी भी होता है, हमारे पेपर जो आते हैं सील पैक पेपर आते हैं, वो तो हमारे सामने खोलता है।
No, it is seal pack. So we are seeing that seal pack is also get leaked. So I want a Godrej locker. We can use that one, a big locker. It will open only at the places where authorized person can open that one, the center only.
Yeah, high security. Yeah, you are right. The high security locker. Yeah, good. That we can implement. Yeah, good. And one more point is that we can use that. We can take that. One person told about that the imprisonment one. That if the people are, this thing happens because the people are not having fear now. If the people will have fear about that, and then only it can be done. So what they think that they don't think about the prison. So the government should make some laws, strict laws, so that the people should make their and the person who is in this type of malpractices should be given the imprisonment. This can be done. And also one person said about the locker one, that is good one. That locker one should be the good high security one, so that at that date of exam it should be gone there and it should be opened at that time only. That's good.
पूछना चाहूंगा ये लॉकर वाला ऑप्शन, ये हर लॉकर हर जगह पे कैसे पहुंचेगा? मतलब कि हमें ऑल ओवर इंडिया टेस्ट कराना है तो लॉकर वाले हर जगह कैसे पहुंचेगा?
This should be given in the banks. It is stored in the banks, and then they are transferred to the, because there are too many banks now. In all locations there are too many banks. So in the banks they are kept, right? And there it should be the high.
Bank can't provide security because the own banks are already much in the they already have less workforce and all.
But they should be, that only I am saying, they should be intended to be for that, and the high security should be given so that this can be reduced somewhat.
Yeah, so collaborative approach with the banks, PSU banks, or whatever the resources we have, we can utilize that.
Yeah, whom we can trust, we can trust. Yeah, that we can do.
हाँ, मैं फाइनली बोलना चाहूंगा कि जैसा कि मैं अभी कलेक्ट करता हूँ कि मैंने पहले बोला था कि हमको बहुत सारे 2-3 पेपर बनाने चाहिए, हम वो इम्प्लीमेंट करके 2-3 पेपर बना के लॉकर में यूज करके ये मतलब डबल सिक्योरिटी इस प्रोसेस को लेके और चाहते से ऑनलाइन भी शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं, ऑनलाइन
And one thing I like to add that in that locker we should implement the new technologies, AI technologies, so that the locker should be the officials, the exam officer, they should be tracked. Yeah, that someone has opened or not. This tracker should be there, so that we can track that, and
tracking should be easier.
So we can identify it if open before or not.
And everything is and everything should be recorded in the CCTV camera, so that recording should be also be there. So this can be, we can get the data that no one has done that. Any malpractice has done or not. Yeah.
आदित्य
सर एक पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूंगा कि ये चीटिंग सिर्फ पेपर लीक से नहीं होता है, जो एक दूसरे के बदले भी एग्जाम दे देते हैं, तो उसका रिकॉर्ड करके काउंसलिंग में चेक करना चाहिए कि वो दोनों सेम आदमी है, तो इससे भी रोका जा सकता है।
आइडेंटिटी
उसके
वेरिफिकेशन
लिए हमारे ग्रुप वाले पैन कार्ड, आधार कार्ड, इन सब हमने वाले स्ट्रिक्टली चेक करना चाहिए। जितने भी
Okay, guys,
ओल्ड
you can
जितने भी ओल्ड पीपल्स वाले फोटो होते हैं उनको हमें पहले से ही नोटिफाई करना चाहिए कि आप अपने न्यू फोटोज अपलोड करें, मतलब लेटेस्ट फोटो। काफी है कि आधार कार्ड या पैन कार्ड में ओल्ड फोटो
but now due to this fingerprint and all that is minimized. The problem with paper that already it is leaked before the exam is happening or something.
फिंगरप्रिंट वाला प्रॉब्लम, फिंगरप्रिंट वाला कुछ एग्जाम में होता है, लेकिन कुछ एग्जाम में अभी भी फिंगरप्रिंट वाला यूज
Yeah,
नहीं
so
करते।
that we can include.
Yeah. So I think I think I believe everyone has put their valuable points, and now I believe I think we have around 6 to 7 points as a collective summary of all the points. So I would like to go through them one by one. Okay. So so first point is the strong vigilance system. Like I think all of you will agree. Like like strong CCTV and all. So the first point, the second point is the point the paper leak. So we should take strong security measures and help of new technologies to prevent the paper leak issue. Then there was a point regarding the high security locker, then password encryption, etc. Then the fourth point was regarding the strong punishment and the provision for a fast track code for any individual who is caught for being involved in such malpractices. And the last point is like I believe that the human intervention in such exams should be at the optimum level. I won't say it should be more or less, but I believe it should be at such an optimum level, so that such malpractices can be prevented. So I have collected these points out of this discussion. Just in case I missed any point, I would like you guys to add that point. Yeah, please go ahead.
आप वो मिस कर गए कि मतलब कि मल्टीपल क्वेश्चन पेपर बनाना चाहिए, और
Sure.
कि हमें चाहे तो एक दिन पहले पेपर बनाया ऑनलाइन तरीके से, वो भी एक ऑप्शन है हमारे पास। ये दो ऑप्शन आप मिस कर।
Fine. Yeah, at last I would add this point for sure. If anything else, anybody who wants to add? Yeah, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Overall, we have discussed very well on this point.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. So, okay, your GT is concluded. Okay. So I have the feedback for all of you. Okay. So whatever you did today, based on that, I have prepared the tentative feedback which I will be giving you. But first of all, I will be discussing a general thing. So my general point of view is that tell me, like, in which cases do you see more paper leaks? Is it in case of offline examination or online examination?
Offline.
Online.
Okay, so more paper leaks are in online.
Offline, sir.
Offline, I believe.
Okay, yes. So offline, the first point to be mentioned, that should be mentioned, it is the human intervention. Okay, you all discussed these things very good. Just to brief you about the key concepts. First thing is the major paper leaks and incidents are related to the online offline scenario. Okay. Now, second thing, if you have seen the question paper properly, seen the problem statement properly, I had clearly mentioned that conduction of exam in a fair and transparent manner, okay, is the challenge nowadays. Now, does examination means only your CBT stage? So tell me this thing, is the examination only your CBT stage? Can there be chances of some mishappenings in the document verification stage? Is
Yeah,
it so or not?
Possible.
You are
document verification.
like
Possible.
nowadays these things are the burning topics. Okay, so you are well aware of the situation,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, yes.
So the single point that you should broaden your concept, you should broaden your ideas. Okay, uh, everyone will discuss about the CBT examination, but if you add something extra, some point that is highlighted in the eyes of the panel, that will give you an added advantage over that point. Okay, so these 2 points I noted as a general feedback for all of you. Okay, now I will come one-on-one feedback. Before that, if you have any queries, do let me know. Anyone? Okay. So one by one, I will be starting with the feedback. So first, I will start with Mr. Mohsen. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So yeah, Mohsin, you had really done a very good start. Now, one thing I would like to tell you, while you are starting, okay, do not just focus on try to keep your ideas or solutions directly into the panel. Okay. Once you are starting, because you are starting as a group, so your responsibility is to make other people understand as well what is the exact problem statement. So, like, suppose if I am given the task to start the discussion, so it is my responsibility at first. I know that all of the group members are studying the problem statement, they have understood it well. But if I am starting the problem statement, then it is my responsibility to to brief the problem statement so that everyone can start in the similar tone. Okay, is it clear, Mohsen?
Yeah, clear. So,
Uh,
sir, I have a
tell them.
yes, sir. So, sir, my query is, so if I am starting the DD, so then should I take some moment to elaborate the problem statement itself before starting to give solutions of it, right?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Like
Okay,
in
sir.
your case, what you did, see exactly what you did. Once you will see the recording as well, try to observe this thing. कि once you have started, you had actually tried to focus. Like आपने ऐसे सोचा कि मैं जल्दी से जल्दी अपने points को व्यक्त करता हूँ, instead कि बाकी लोगों को समझाऊं. ऐसा कुछ एक मन में feeling थी आपकी जो कि उसमें डिपेक्ट हो रही थी. ठीक है, तो वो मेरे को भी फील हुआ. That should not be the thing. ठीक है, because you are given ample time to discuss and put your points. The first one, because you are starting here, that is why I told you this thing. It is your job at first to brief in the problem statement to the other members of the group. Okay? Then it shows the leadership skills as well. Yes, you are taking the lead, and then it is showing the leadership skills as well. Okay? Next, you added the point of CCTV. That was a good point. Okay? Secondly, punishment. The point on punishment was also good. Rapid judgment point, which you told that the cases should be taken on a fast track basis. So, do you think that it is not taken on a fast track basis? Like the NEET examination, you give the reference of the NEET examination. So, do you agree that, like, whatever the example you told, that the cases take a longer time for the justice? So, do you think that it is really the scenario with this kind of examination?
मैं इसमें ऐड करना चाहूंगा.
Just hold on. I will add one by one. I will come one by one. Okay. So, yeah, Mohsin, you were trying to speak something?
Yeah. So, sir, yeah, I completely agree that in the case of NEET examination, the authorities have taken the case on a
So see, yeah, right
process.
now, what I'm trying to tell you, do not try ever to get involved in such type of political statement. Okay, ये सब like थोड़ा political sense देता है. Never try to interrupt in such a political statement in case of group discussion. You are making a judgment that is impacting numerous minds. Okay, So maybe some of people may get offended who might have their relationships with the judgmental family, or so they may judge you on the basis of that कि you are like you are undermining the democracy, you are undermining the judicial department of our nation. ठीक है, so ऐसा आप इस तरह के कमेंट मत करिए, ठीक है, बस टेल कि दिस शुड बी टेकन, ठीक है, अदरवाइज इस पॉइंट को डिस्कस करने का सेंस नहीं है, ठीक है, क्योंकि आपने देखा है कि नीट एग्जामिनेशन का जजमेंट कैसे आया है, किस तरह से, नॉट इवन नीट एग्जामिनेशन, द यूपीएससी केस इवन, ठीक है, विद इन अ वीक द यूपीएससी रिलीज द प्रेस नोटिस। तो इस तरह से आपको ये तो जो हो रहा है वो तो सही है ना, दैट इज फॉर अस ओनली। सो इस तरह के केसेस में आप खास करके ध्यान दीजिए कि कुछ ऐसा स्टेटमेंट लाने के लिए जो पैनल को ऑफेंड कर दे। Like while putting this question paper, I was also thinking that such kind of problems may not be taken up from the political point of view, but that was necessary because it is a burning topic nowadays. So I decided to give these kind of statements or problem statement. A problem statement in group discussion mainly concentrates about either your technical domain or the current issues domain. ठीक है, मेनली इस तरह के डोमेन्स पे ही आ सकते हैं, ठीक, सो यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट एंड आई लाइक द वे विच यू कंक्लूड दैट, ठीक है। So on a scale of 10, if I would have to judge you, so right now I would have given you 7 out of 10. Okay?
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any queries, Mohsen?
No, sir. Fine. Yeah.
Thank you, Mohsen. Yeah.
Yes.
Now listen, please do not leave the session until I give the complete the feedback of each and every student, because by listening to others' feedback as well, you will be able to learn a number of things. Okay? So just hold on for another couple of minutes. I will be starting with another feedback of the student. So I would like to start with Aditya. Next one is
Yes.
Aditya.
Yes, sir.
Are you here, Aditya? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So is there? Are you comfortable, Aditya? Is this your first
Yes.
group discussion?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First time.
Okay. ठीक है, I can understand that you are a little bit feeling nervous kind of thing, ठीक है, this kind of things I can feel, but see, try to speak more and more. At first, 3 of the candidates among you, I would like to take the names, Aditya, Anjit and the Sadhu. You people made a late entry. I noticed the time you people entered into the discussion after 9 minutes of the time, ठीक है, after the 9 minutes have passed, then you people have entered into discussion. Why is it so? Did you not get the opportunity to speak in between? The other people were discussing, but you people were not involved in the discussion. So that creates a sense of negative impact, and that also reduces your marks during the front of the jury. Okay? So try to speak one by one. See, if you see that 3 or 4 people have already spoken, then you should try to put your points before them. Okay? Also, you speak a little bit less. What I felt, due to any of the reason, you spoke a little bit less. Okay, but you whatever the points you raised, like isolation of the teachers from the public, that like those who said the question papers should be isolated. This point is very good. Okay, so keep on trying. Try to keep on adding such important points to the valuable discussion that is going on. Is it clear to
Yes.
you?
Yes, sir.
Did you face any problem, Aditya? Do let me know if I can help you out with that.
सर, मुझे सब पॉइंट नहीं समझ में आ रहा था, मैं क्या बोलूं, मतलब
हाँ,
कुछ
बहुत
सोच
बार
नहीं
ऐसा
पा रहा
होता है। सी, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि पॉइंट ही समझ में नहीं आता क्या हो, ठीक है, तो ये कोई नई बात नहीं है आदित्य। इस केस में क्या करना होता है, पहले आपको 5 मिनट्स दिए गए हैं, आप लोग पेपर लेके बैठे होंगे, मैं भी पेपर लेके बैठा था, ठीक है, आई गेस कैमरा में पेपर नहीं दिख रहा होगा, बट मैं भी पेपर लेके बैठा हुआ था, ठीक है। मैं क्या कर रहा था कि आप लोग जब बोल रहे थे तब कुछ नोट डाउन कर रहा था। इसी तरह जब आपको फर्स्ट के 5 मिनट्स मिलते हैं, देन आप अपना ब्रीफ पॉइंट्स बनाने लगिए, ठीक है, कि देखो जब आपको प्रॉब्लम समझ में आ जाता है, देन इट इज कि आपको बस पॉइंट्स धीरे धीरे रिकंसाइल करने हैं, आपके मन में कुछ भी चल रहा है आप उसको जॉट डाउन करिए। देन अगर वो पॉइंट आपसे पहले कोई बोल चुका है, ठीक है, तब उसका इंपॉर्टेंस उतना नहीं रहा, तो आप कुछ एडेड पॉइंट्स सोचिए, उसमें से कुछ दूसरा पॉइंट ढूंढिए जब तक कि डिस्कशन चल रहा है, ठीक है, उस टाइम आपको टाइम मिलता है कि आप कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स ऐड कर सकते हैं उसमें, ठीक है। कभी कभी किसी के मीनवाइल डिस्कशन से भी हमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स ऐड होने को याद आते हैं।
Yes.
तो ये केस था जब आपको प्रॉब्लम समझ में आया है। एक दूसरा केस होता है कि अगर कोई ऐसा टॉपिक आ गया हो जब आपको प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट क्लियर ही नहीं हो रहा है, हमको आइडिया ही नहीं लगा, लाइक समवन फ्रॉम फूड टेक्नोलॉजी बैकग्राउंड, अगर कोई फूड टेक्नोलॉजी इंजीनियरिंग का है, उसको हम दे देते हैं लाइक टेल मी द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी इन फूड इंजीनियरिंग, ठीक है, मे भी उसके लिए न्यू टॉपिक हो, वो कभी सुना नहीं हो और उसको ग्रुप डिस्कशन करना हो, तो उस केस में क्या किया जाता है, आप लोगों से समझिए, आसपास के लोगों को समझिए कि वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, उनके डिस्कशन से आप अपना कंक्लूजन या रेफरेंस निकालिए। ठीक है, उसके बाद पॉइंट ऐड करिए। इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी कि आप ही स्टार्ट करो या आप ही एंड करो, बट आपको अपना वैल्यूएबल पॉइंट्स कंट्रीब्यूट करना है, दैट इज मेन पॉइंट। ठीक है,
यस
क्लियर
यस
आदित्य? एनी अदर क्वेरी?
यस सर।
हाँ, टेल।
सर ये कि जैसे कुछ पॉइंट मैंने नोट किए थे तो वो रिपीट मतलब कुछ लोग बोल दिए थे तो मैं नहीं बोला उस पॉइंट को रिपीट नहीं किया।
यस, दैट इज व्हाट आई टोल्ड कि अगर आप डिले करोगे ना तो आपके पॉइंट्स भी रिपीट होते जाएंगे, कोई बोलते रहेगा। ठीक है, तो उस केस में क्या करना है, आपको उसी पॉइंट पे कुछ एड ऑन्स करने हैं। सेम पॉइंट को बोलेगा तो उसका वेटेज नहीं रहेगा, आपको उसी पॉइंट के एड ऑन्स करने हैं या उसी पॉइंट पे कुछ एग्जांपल्स देने होंगे। ठीक है, इस तरह से आप अपने उस पॉइंट का वेटेज बढ़ा सकते हैं। क्लियर?
यस
Okay, yeah, fine. So as of now, this time I would have given you 4 out of 10. Okay, and I am telling you to improve your performance by practicing little bit more. Okay.
यस यस।
Next candidate is Mithilesh. Mithilesh, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Mithilesh, I like the points that you raised, especially on the nature of the punishment that will be given. Okay. But once you mention this thing, you are mentioning what to do, but how to do, you are not mentioning this. Okay. So this I felt in 2 or 3 aspects. At first, you focused on the punishment, you focused on bringing the transparency, also minimizing the human intervention. All points were good, but how? That was supposed to be discussed during the course of the discussion. Okay, so these points are very good, but like you try to focus on the locker approach as well. Okay, so I like that point as well. That would be a high security type of thing, which will enhance the security. Okay, so these points are really very good. You focused on good important points, but try to engage more in discussion by discussing how. Okay, GD is not just about what, GD is also about how. You are not supposed to just suggest what to do, you are also supposed to suggest how to do, and enhances your performance as well. Okay, once the people are able to see your complete overall aspect, overall approach, then you will be judged accordingly. Okay. So do you have any questions related to this, Ritesh? Any doubts, anywhere you feel stuck?
सर 2 क्वेश्चन है मेरे।
हाँ,
जैसे कोई भी, जैसे हम लोग हैं तो हम लोग इंटरप्ट किसी बाकी लोगों को इंटरप्ट कैसे करेंगे, तो मुझे बोलना है तो मैं दूसरे को इंटरप्ट करना है उसको, तो मैं किस तरीके से करूँ कि नॉर्मल लगे, मतलब वो बुक।
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
और नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन फिर ये है कि अगर जैसे जैसे रहता है कि बीच में कोई इंटरप्ट कर देगा, इस चक्कर में होता है कि अपना जो मेन पॉइंट है वो डाल दो। जैसे मैं हाउ इसलिए नहीं बोला क्योंकि उस बीच में अगर कोई बोल देता तो फिर मेरा पॉइंट रह जाता, तो मैं फट करके 3 पॉइंट बोल दिया।
ठीक
तो उसके लिए
ठीक है, ठीक है, आई अंडरस्टूड योर आंसर। ठीक है, एट फर्स्ट आपको जब आप कोई कंटिन्यूअस बोल रहे हो, आपका पॉइंट तभी कट होगा अगर बाकी लोगों को फील हो रहा है कि उसका वेटेज कम हो रहा है। लाइक जैसे मैं अपने बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन देने चला हूँ, मेरा नाम केतन कुमार सिन्हा है, मैं यहाँ पढ़ाई करता हूँ। ठीक है, जहां अपना मैं फैमिली बैकग्राउंड में आ जाऊंगा तो मुझे तो बाकी लोगों को लगेगा ना कि हाँ अब ये आलतू फालतू का बात बोल रहा है, बात खींच रहा है। जब ऐसा फील हो कि वो बात खींची जा रही है तब कोई दूसरा जरूर इंटरप्ट करेगा। ठीक है, तो आपको देखो हाउ बोलने में ऐसा नहीं कि आप बात खींचो, आप अपने इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स को ही एक्सप्लेन इस तरह से करो कि जिसपे उसका वेटेज लगे, जिसपे लोगों का ध्यान जाए। ठीक है, आपको इस बात में फोकस करना है कि आपका बात कैसे अट्रैक्टिव बने। ठीक है, ये नहीं कि बस हम एक ही पॉइंट बोल दिए फिर से वो खींच रहे हैं। ठीक है, वैसा होता है ना बहुत बार कि जिसको जब माइंड में स्ट्राइक नहीं कर रहा है तो उस तरह से वो पॉइंट खींचने लगते हैं, वो नहीं हो सिनारियो। ठीक है, एक और क्वेश्चन बोले थे कि लाइक कैसे दूसरों के बीच में इंटरेक्ट करें, तो आई वुड नेवर सजेस्ट टू इंटरप्ट इन बिटवीन अदर अनलेस यू हैव नॉट स्पोकन अ सिंगल वर्ड। ठीक है, जब आपने एकदम ही कुछ नहीं बोला है तब आप इंटरप्ट करिए। अदरवाइज इंटरप्शन का तरीका क्या होता है कि कोई भी लोग बोलता है ना तो उसके पास कुछ क्योंकि वो शॉर्ट स्पैन में बहुत कम चीज सोचा हुआ रहता है। कोई भी आप लोग से कोई भी सोचेंगे, कुछ चीज सोचे होंगे, वो पॉइंट जैसे ही खत्म होगा तो वो फिर क्या करेंगे, खींचना चालू करेंगे। आप उस पॉइंट पे स्ट्राइक करिए। ठीक है, आप वेट करिए, उस मौके का इंतजार करिए कि जहां पे आपको बस फील हो रहा है कि वो वही फेज में आ गए जहां पे हम थे, क्योंकि आपके पास पॉइंट्स रेडी है और उसके पास पॉइंट्स खत्म हो गया है। ठीक है, और वो ऐसे भी आपको ऐसे थोड़ी बोलेगा कि हाँ भाई आप बोलो। ठीक है, तो इस तरह से कोई बोलता नहीं है, आपको उस पॉइंट को बस पकड़ लेना है। ठीक है, वो आप कैसे पकड़ोगे? आप जब प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो तो आपको आइडिया लगेगा कि आपको कहाँ पे दूसरा बंदा, सामने वाला बंदा रुक रहा है। ठीक है, क्लियर? सो your score I would have also given you 7 out of 10 as of now. ठीक है, there are little bit scopes of improvement. ठीक है, yeah. Next is Anjeet. Anjeet, are you here? Anjeet, what the name is?
Yes, sir. Anjit Kumar. Yes.
Okay, yeah, Anjeet, yeah. So, are you comfortable, Anjeet?
Yes, sir.
Is this your first group discussion?
Yes, sir. My first.
Okay, so what you learned today?
I need some improvement, sir.
Okay, along with the improvement, you should also see that I mentioned the name of 3 people who have made a late entry into the discussion. ठीक है, so you were also one of them. ठीक है, so इतना
Two
late क्यों
times I
wait करना?
interrupted. Two times I interrupted, but I could not.
So
I was that
now
I,
see,
yes.
what is in the panel of the, what is in the mind of the person who is noticing you, that you interpret at the end of 9 minutes. Okay, so you were given total 20 minutes, and out of which you were trying to put your points after the end of 9 minutes. So this does not seem good to the eyes of the person who is noticing you. Okay, try to start a little bit early. Try to get involved in the discussion जब आपको लग रहा है कि सबको एक एक बार बोल चुका है, ठीक है, कोई 2 बार बोला, कोई 3 बार बोला, फिर उसके बाद आप एंटर कर रहे हो, तो वैसा नहीं हो सिनेरियो, मैं ये बोलना चाह रहा हूँ। ठीक है, ऑल्सो यू भाई आपने 2-3 पॉइंट्स जो मेंशन किए थे कि फोकसिंग ऑन द फियर ऑफ पीपल। सो फियर ऑफ पीपल, उनको धमकाना नहीं होता है, आप कुछ कुछ वर्ड्स पे थोड़ा ध्यान रखिए। ठीक है, पीपल शुड गेट स्केयर्ड, इस तरह से आप कभी मत बोलना। आप बोलिए कि रूल शुड बी स्ट्रिंजेंट, ठीक है, सो दैट दोज हु आर डूइंग द मैल प्रैक्टिसेस शुड दे शुड थिंक ट्वाइस और थ्राइस बिफोर डूइंग गेटिंग इन्वॉल्वड इन सच काइंड ऑफ वर्क्स। ठीक है, बट आप कोई गुंडा नहीं है, ठीक है, आप कोई एक्शन नहीं ले सकते हैं कि आप फियर ऑफ पीपल, इस तरह का वर्ड्स थोड़ा कम यूज करिए। these words may not seem good to the person who is observing you. ठीक है, सेकेंड थिंग, बैंक, आप किसी थर्ड पार्टी को इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं, बैंक टू प्रोवाइड सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, तो आपको उसके बारे में प्रॉपर आइडिया होना चाहिए कि अभी का सिस्टम कैसा है, एंड देन बैंक्स क्या इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, बस बैंक टू प्रोवाइड सिक्योरिटी, बट ये बैंक कैसे सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करेगा, इस चीज पे आपको ध्यान देना होगा। ठीक है, आप उसको थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करिए कि बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट कन्विंस्ड विथ योर पॉइंट, दिस पॉइंट आई वॉज नॉट वेरी मच कन्विंस्ड। ठीक है, आप थोड़ा उसको एक्सप्लेन करने का ट्राई करिए कि कैसे होगा। ठीक है, सिनेरियो क्या होना चाहिए, इस पे थोड़ा वर्क करिए। देयर आर लिटिल बिट स्कोप्स ऑफ इंप्रूवमेंट, अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, प्रैक्टिस मोर एंड मोर। ठीक है, सो एज ऑफ नाउ आई एम गिविंग यू, रेटिंग यू ऑन अ स्केल ऑफ 10 टू द पॉइंट ऑफ 5। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वन इज शुभम राय। शुभम, आर यू हियर?
Yes, sir.
So you were trying to your performance was overall relatively very good than others as of now. ठीक है, what I have noticed, you recognize the importance of human intervention as well. See, we are trying to focus on those aspects like online examination and other things, but even if the online examination is conducted, we will be needing the invigilators at all aspects to monitor the people. So and recognizing the importance of technical glitches as well. Okay, so 2 people, Himanshu and you, have focused on the technical glitch problem as well. So these are really very good points. Okay, and again, but one point I think you spoke in hurry, that there is no tough punishment. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you really think so? Is there no tough punishment?
Sir, I think there should be some minimum 7 to 8 years, something. There should be uh, you can say a normal
You
punishment.
can
It is
put
not
your
that tough.
suggestions. See,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can put your suggestions. Okay, because there are persons sitting on the higher authority who are deciding this, how much punishment we give to which cases. Okay,
yeah,
you are
definitely.
not the judge here. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
and you are no one to declare their point as invalid. You are telling that no tough punishment is given. Is it not tough to like retain in jail even for a year? Do you think so? Or even giving you 10
Yeah.
crore rupees, that the 1 crore fine that is being charged?
Capital punishment or physical, yeah. That I am not able to, I can't justify through my own point.
You should think of this point once again. Okay, one thing more. You could have also mentioned about this anti-cheating law. Anti-cheating law, you know this? Maybe try to
Okay.
people come across these terms after practicing, okay, after knowing. So just Google it once today and see what are the provisions under these law. Okay, so you will get a more idea on that, and maybe if similar type of questions is asked in future to you, then you will be able to explain it properly. So knowledge enhance, you will be having an enhanced knowledge over this aspect. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
you mentioned the process of backtracing. So this everyone knows, but again, GD is not about what. GD is about how.
Yeah.
How this backtracing has to be done. You might have ideas in your mind how this backtracing has to be done. You have to identify the sources. You have to identify the sources of origin. So these things you should have to speak to convince the other people as well. Okay, terms are easy to speak. What is easy to speak, but how it is difficult to convince to others. Okay, so there are little bit scopes of improvement. Okay, and only paper leak word is not a good thing that you mentioned. Only paper leak is not the scenario. Biometric verification and all these points should be added, which you have touched a little bit. Okay, so these were really few good points, but again, try to elaborate a little bit more. So on a scale of 10, I would have rated you 8 today as of now. Okay,
Okay, sir.
is there any question, Shubham?
No, sir. You overall discussed like what I should like how I should take the points, and I mostly focus on like how also, because like just mentioning some like headline that is not important. Better to
Yes.
go in depth if I have time.
Yes,
I will,
sure.
yeah. Okay, sir.
Thank you, Shubham. Next one is Prashant Kumar Singh.
Yes.
So Prashant, at first I will begin with cutting against other points. So see, I have noticed that 2 or 3 places you cut against the other points. Okay. So what I would like to suggest you is that see, you should not cut against any point of any other person who is trying to speak before you. Okay. See,
Okay, sir.
or even if the point is not absolutely correct, but you should try to remold it in such a way कि लाइक ऐसा भी कर सकते थे. ठीक है, ये नहीं कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं, कैमरा देंगे तो क्या, लाइक आपने स्टार्टिंग में ही कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट किया था एक कैमरा वाला जो पॉइंट था मोहसिन का, आपने सीधे बोला था नहीं ये ऐसे नहीं हो सकता, ये तो ऑलरेडी होते आ रहा है. तो इस तरह से आपको अपना कन्वर्सेशन नहीं कंटिन्यू करना है. ठीक है, देन अनदर
Okay.
पॉइंट आई नोटिस दैट पेपर सेट बिफोर वन डे. डोंट यू थिंक दैट देयर विल बी मैनेजमेंट इशू इन दैट केस? तो आप
नहीं.
इस चीज को कैसे जस्टिफाई करिएगा कि मैनेजमेंट इशू, लाइक एक दिन अगर पहले पेपर सेट हो रहा है, देयर आर सो मेनी प्रोसेसेस इन्वॉल्व इन कंडक्टिंग एन एग्जामिनेशन, एंड एक दिन पहले वाला जो पेपर सेट था, आई डू नॉट सपोर्ट दैट पॉइंट. ठीक है, पेपर एक दिन पहले नहीं, पेपर एक दिन पहले, और इवन अगर ऑफलाइन एग्जामिनेशन हो रहा है तो वो पहुंचने में मुश्किल है, तो उसी का सॉल्यूशन तो ऑनलाइन एग्जामिनेशन है, जब पेपर आपको एट द टाइम ऑफ सीधे एग्जामिनेशन मिल रहा है. तो आप इस पॉइंट्स को कैसे कन्विंस करिएगा, ये आपको जरा सोचिए, एक्सप्लेन कैसे कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, देन हिंदी इंग्लिश का थोड़ा आप बैलेंस करके चलिए कि आपको कहाँ पे हिंदी कहाँ पे इंग्लिश बोलना है. Once again, I'm repeating, do not cut again any other point of any other person. Try to remold it in such a way that it should not look absurd to anyone. Okay.
Okay.
Also, the good points that I liked in your preparation was, in your discussion was focusing on the minimizing intervention of the human. Okay. Human intervention should be minimized. Then you also mentioned like different question paper sets. So this idea is also good. Okay. Although there are different question paper sets. Okay. So, but you have to again support this statement by elaborating a little bit further on how to do. I'm telling this again and again. Most of you are mentioning what to do, but not how to do. So your job is to elaborate a little bit more. And once again, you cut the point, like you do not question directly about locker. So the points that was mentioned by someone, you directly question. You are no one to question him at that point of time. You are no one to question any of the member at that point of time. कि how do you
Okay.
think this will help? Okay. So you can tell. मुझे पूछना हो कि आप कैसे करोगे, तो वो ये भी बोल सकते हो कि just at first wait for him to try, but आप उसको ऐसे इस तरह से कन्विंस कर सकते हैं कि इस तरह से हम लोग अपना पॉइंट देकर के कि हम लोग इस तरह से भी कर सकते थे. ठीक है, बट आप डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन नहीं करिए कि आप कैसे करोगे ये चीज. दिस इज लुकिंग कंप्लीटली एब्सर्ड. आप जब वीडियो अपना देखिएगा तो आप एक दो चीज ऑब्जर्व करिएगा. ठीक है?
Okay.
So any questions?
No.
ठीक है. So you will also doing good. As of now, I would have scored given you 6 on a scale of 10. ठीक है? There are little bit more scopes of improvement. So try to speak more. Try to get more involved in discussion. Language आप थोड़ा proper रखिए. Do not cut against other points and do not question directly any other member. ठीक है?
Okay.
Fine. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Fine. Next one is Himanshu Gaikwad. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Himanshu? हाँ.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Himanshu, are you all good? Fine.
Yes, sir.
You are working in which company?
I'm not working currently, sir. I am a drop.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है. So Himanshu, see, you have a good idea of the points which you have mentioned, like the technical glitch involved in the that was a very good point and at very good time you inserted that point. Okay, like when people were discussing about the online scenario, the setting of question 1 hour before. So at that point, interruption was a really good moment. You mentioned about a technical glitch at that point. But next point you mentioned about AI and ML. You mentioned AI ML, not how. Okay. So do you think that completes your justification?
No, it shouldn't. I think I should have elaborated a bit.
Yes, you should have elaborated a little bit. Whatever point you are mentioning, you should have a complete thorough idea of that. ठीक है? If you feel कि like मैंने ऐसे बोल दिया but कुछ concepts बाकी रह गए, maybe note down that point. Note down it in a paper, the piece of paper that will be given to you or in the note sheet that will be given to you. Just note that point. ठीक है? You also focused on the minimizing of human interventions and the regulatory framework. ठीक है? सो बट रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क भी आप कैसे होगा ये आपने एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाए. ठीक है? आप लोग बस पॉइंट्स मेंशन कर रहे हैं बट कैसे करना है ये इस बारे में क्या आइडिया तो कंप्लीट है ना आप लोगों को. कोई ऐसा टॉपिक्स नहीं है आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट वाला. ठीक है? कल को ये सारी चीजें आपके साथ हो सकती हैं. तो इस तरह से रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क कैसे रखना है ये भी आपको थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करना चाहिए. ठीक है? And the beautiful point that I noticed in your discussion, you did not take the name of any individual. Like on that point where you were trying to involve in such a discussion, so you will not mention the name of a director or something. So never mention the name of any person in such discussion. Do not target anyone. Rather, do not involve such issues. Okay. And the last point on the stringent clause was also good. Okay. So you were also doing relatively very good. So right, as of now, I would have given you 8 on a scale of 10. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I think only one candidate has left, Sadhu Satyanarayana. Are you here, Sadhu?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes. So Sadhu, is it your first group discussion?
Yes, sir. It's my first group discussion.
Okay. So I also suggest you to speak a little bit more, practice more speaking skill. See, if you do not speak, it is sure that you will be eliminated. But if you speak and put your valid points, you have at least chances of this meeting selected. So try to speak. You also had after 9 minutes of the discussion, okay? And also you just mentioned one point and went बस एक पॉइंट बोले एंड देन आप बस गायब हो गए. ठीक है? तो लाइक ये सिनेरियो क्यों आया मुझे समझ नहीं आया कि आप बस आ रहे हो या कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो नर्वस हो रहे हो क्या एग्जैक्टली सीन था. मे बी इट इज योर फर्स्ट ड्यूटी बट आपको धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस करना होगा आदत डालना होगा कि टू स्पीक मोर एंड मोर. कब किस टाइम पे इंटरवेंशन करना है आपको इस पे भी आप थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिए. ठीक है? आप बस आए एक लाइन बोले चल गए. ठीक है? देन फिर एक बार कुछ देर बाद आते एक लाइन बोले चल गए. It is not. You have to be a part of the discussion. That is why it is called as group discussion. It is not your speech or just yeah, the points put kiye and that's all. Okay? You have to keep your points. You have to explain your points. You have to justify your points properly. Okay? So it is important to make your points understandable to other persons. The person who is sitting before you, it is necessary to make your points understandable to them. Okay? So this thing I lacked, I found a little bit lacking in your discussion. So as of now, I would have given you 4 on a scale of 10. Okay. So if you have any queries, do let me know, Sadhu.
Sir, in actual GD also in organizations, sir, is it going to happen in 2 languages, like Hindi and English? If anyone don't know Hindi, how they can understand what else?
Yes. That depends a little bit upon your learning. Okay. if you see people around you are discussing in Hindi, you can request them to be in English because you're not comfortable in Hindi. Okay? But if you see people conversating in English continuously, which I found here that most of the people amongst you were conversating in English only. So that was, I think, should not be a point in your interruption. ठीक है, तो लाइक मैक्सिमम लोग इंग्लिश में ही बोल रहे थे, एक दो लोग, सी लैंग्वेज इज नॉट अ बैरियर, बट द ओनली कंडीशन इज कि आपको अपना बात सही से कन्वे करना है टू द पीपल सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. ठीक है, यू मे यूज एनी लैंग्वेज, दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल, बट आपको अपना बात सही से कन्विंस करना है. ठीक है, और पॉइंट्स बोलने हैं, तो बोलने का आदत डालिए थोड़ा, प्रैक्टिस लिटिल बिट स्पीकिंग बिफोर द मिरर. ठीक है, so is it clear everyone?
Yes.
So I think I
Yes,
have
sir.
given the feedback of each and every student. Is there any candidate left? Any candidate left or any questions from your side? So again, a few last important tips of group discussion. GD is not just only about what, GD is also about how. Okay, there may be more than one conclusion. You have to focus more on the discussion than the conclusion. Conclusion is important, but the keeping your valid points during the discussion is an important part. Okay, next thing, never cut the point of the person speaking before or after you. Do not just neglect the point. Okay, that does not show a team member skill. Okay, next, whatever points you say should have some weightage. Do not speak the repeated points again and again. Your whatever you tell should be understandable to other person. Okay, and at last, understand the problem statement carefully. You are given 5 minutes to think. Okay, so in those 5 minutes, make key points, make important notes. And so I'm sure that if you follow these things, you will be able to excel good and do better in your actual GT examination. Okay, so if there are no other queries, if there is any other query, do let me know.
Sir, in the actual GD also, are we allowed to take a pen and paper to take notes? Like I mean,
See,
the
in
key
few
points?
in few of the cases, I have seen that they are given a slip pad or note sheet kind of thing and a piece of pen and a pen, so that they can quickly note down the points. Okay. Otherwise, it is a general pattern that starting 2 to 3 minutes must be given for you to think of the problem statement or to read the problem statement. Okay. Until unless the problem statement is quite forward, like honesty is the best policy. If the statement is this one, which is nowadays not very much important, these kind of subjects are not very much relevant. Okay, problem statement is like framed in such a way that you should have that is test is your framing skills. Okay, the answer framing skills and point framing skills. So these things are tested at that point of time. Okay, neither rote learning. So never focus on rote learning. Like if you are given a straightforward question that honesty is the best policy, old is gold. So there can be people who just start after listening to them. Okay, let them start, because once the people start, as soon as listening to the question, okay, suppose I am starting after just listening that sun rises from the east and I started speaking. I may have 1 or 2 points very good, but I will stop after that point because I need time to think about that point. In between those minutes, you try to reconcile your points and then you can present in a more better way. Okay. Any other doubt?
No.
Okay, fine. That is all from my side, Jayesh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो सभी लोगों को मजा आया, राइट? सभी लोगों को पता चला क्या ड्रॉबैक्स होते हैं, क्या जीडी कैसे करना होता है, कब एंटर करना है, क्या बोलना है, किसी की बातें काटना नहीं है ना? ये बहुत बारीक बारीक चीज़ें होती है, बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें होती है जो हमें देखनी होती है। जब हम लोग खुद जब प्रैक्टिस करते तब पता चलता है ये हमें, ठीक है? ये ऐसा नहीं होता है कि किसी दूसरे का वीडियो देख लिया, है ना? और केतन सर के जैसा तो पहली बार आपने आज देख ही लिया होगा। है केतन सर के जैसा कोई व्यक्ति? कि जो आपको इतना बारीकी से गाइड कर सकते हैं? बताइए गाइस, कोई है?
सर केतन सर बहुत अच्छे हैं।
है ना? कोई इनकी बराबरी कर सकता है क्या? कोई इंस्टीट्यूट
नो सर, नो सर।
मार्गदर्शन की बराबरी कर सकता है क्या कोई? यही बता दीजिए मेरे को। मेरे को इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग के स्टूडेंट से हेल्प चाहिए। स्टूडेंट को अवेयर करना है जो अभी भी जाके कहीं और एनरोल कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे 1500 का कोर्स छोड़ के, या फ्री का कोर्स बोलिए, फ्री में आप आज आप लोगों ने फ्री में किया है। फ्री में इतना मतलब आई मीन टू से प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। ओके, सभी को नहीं प्रोवाइड करते, बट मैं उनको अवेयर करना चाहता हूँ वो स्टूडेंट्स को कि अभी भी आपके पास मौका है, आके खोलिए। एक स्टूडेंट का मेरे को कॉल आया, कल की बात है, उसने एक इंस्टीट्यूट में कोर्स ले रखा था IOCL का भी ले रखा था, उसके बाद HPCL का भी कोर्स लिया, और भाई अभी फिर से बोलता है कि सर आपका कोर्स महंगा क्यों है। मैं बोला भाई दो बार तुमने एडमायर कर लिया, दो बार तुमने मतलब ट्राई कर लिया है। अब तीसरी बार भी अगर तुम मार्गदर्शन पे नहीं आओगे तो भाई तुम्हारे से लालत है फिर यार। तुम्हारा ना सिलेक्शन, ना IOCL में सिलेक्शन हुआ, ना HPCL में सिलेक्शन हुआ, एंड यहाँ पे हम लोग सिलेक्शन पे सिलेक्शन प्रोड्यूस करते जा रहे हैं। ओके, तो अभी भी जो भी व्यक्ति यूट्यूब पे हमें देख रहा है, मैं आप लोग से यही कहना चाहूंगा कि गाइस आप लोग का अभी भी समय, ये मार्गदर्शन है। वी हैव अ टीम ऑफ PSU एक्सपर्ट्स। केतन कुमार सिन्हा सर ऑलरेडी वर्किंग इन नेशनल हाईवे अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया, AIR 131, एन एक्स HPCL एम्प्लॉय। मयंक अग्रवाल, आप लोग हमारी वेबसाइट पे जाके देख सकते हैं, हमारे जितने भी एक्सपर्ट्स हैं सारों का फोटो लगा हुआ है। एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर, केमिकल इंजीनियर, सिविल इंजीनियरिंग में आप लोग सभी भी कहना चाहूंगा कि गाइस मार्गदर्शन से बेटर इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है। ठीक है, तो आप लोग यूटिलाइज करिए, और आप लोग से भी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप लोग भी अपने फ्रेंड्स को सजेस्ट करिए, लिंक वगैरह शेयर करते चलिए। ओके, जब भी फ्री सेशन होगा आई विल बी गिविंग द चांस टू ईच एंड एवरीवन। फाइन, ओके, ठीक है, तो एंड करते हैं गाइस। प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए और बने रहिए, ठीक है, चलेगा। थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस डे, गुड इवनिंग,
Thank you, sir.
गुड नाइट,
Thank you.
Thank you.
गुड नाइट।
थैंक यू सर।